7 real robot transforming cars you didn't know existed. When the Transformers toy line and animated television series was launched in the 1980s, kids and adults alike from all across the world couldn't contain their excitement. While the storyline for these automobiles transforming into humanoid bots was written by Marvel, it fanned the imagination of experts in the automotive industry, who set out to fulfill these prophesized conversions. Fast forward to today, and we already have a host of different vehicles that can undergo incredible structural transformations to suit the exigencies of modern-day technological wonders. Number 7. Latrons. Turkish research and development startup LetVision has built what appears to be a 2013-ish BMW 3 Series coupe that transforms into a 15-foot robot. As adults whose entire desk is littered with Transformers action figures, we're sort of freaking out right now. LetVision started with an actual car for the conversion, so the Latron is a 1-to-1 scale representation of what an actual robot in disguise would look like. However, the conversion to transforming robot pretty much occupies much of the vehicle's interior with hardware, so it can only be driven remotely with a Wi-Fi controller. When in car mode, the Latron can move and turn under its own electric power, but things get interesting when the transformation is triggered. The transformation from car to bot is accomplished with a combination of hydraulics and electric motors and takes just under a minute in the video. Once transformed, the Latron just sort of stands there and looks around. According to an FAQ on the Latron site, the bot can't walk, but it can turn its head and move its arms, wrists, and fingers. There's also a range of light and sound interactions and an unfortunately positioned fog machine. LetVision has plans to build more Latrons in the future based on various car models and even hopes that they will one day be drivable in traffic. Number 6. HumRider. Some people build tunnels to deal with traffic, others reinvent the car. HumRider is that vehicular reinvention and, perhaps, the answer to all your traffic congestion frustration. It looks like a standard Jeep Cherokee wagon SUV, but when it gets stuck in traffic, the car body can lift up, the wheelbase widens, and then the car can drive right over other bumper-to-bumper cars. It's really a shame that this cool, smart idea ended up being just a very well-executed marketing stunt. ThinkMoto, best known for its Devil Baby viral video, cooked up the concept to promote Verizon Telematics' Hum platform. Hum comprises of a dongle that plugs into the OBD port on any car made after 1996 and a Bluetooth speaker. It adds diagnostics, roadside assistance, location, and speed tracking and geofencing. In many respects, the HumRider is a bit of a metaphor, taking the ordinary driving experience and making it extraordinary. Kind of what we're illustrating with that crazy car that drives other cars, said Verizon VP of Marketing Jay Jaffin, who told us ThinkMoto showed them a number of marketing concepts, but this is the one that stuck. We saw this one and said, "Wow, this is crazy." We loved the idea, said Jaffin. James Purcellay, who co-founded ThinkMoto with Michael Krivica, told Mashable that they wanted a literal representation of the upgrade Hum brings to cars. So, ThinkMoto built one that literally goes up. Number 5. Cormoran Watercraft. An actual transformer has been created by a company known as the Cormoran. The Austrian company has named the vehicle after its name, Cormoran, and the reason why we have called it a transformer is the fact that it is capable of speeding on and above water as a trimaran, catamaran, monohull, and hydrofoil. Yes, this vehicle can transform itself into 4 unique configurations, making it the most versatile vessel out there. The pair of hydraulically actuated hulls is the reason why it can transform right before your eyes. That too, while it is in motion. The Cormoran will allow the users to enjoy different types of boats without spending money to buy each kind. The users will have access to a quality innovation which will bring diversity to the boating experience. The hulls, kinetically framed into the vehicle, are capable of shifting shapes and characteristics, thus imparting new functionality to the vehicle. So, how does it work? When the user draws the electronically activated hydraulic arms inwards, the outrigger hulls create a monohull by folding into the central hull that is akin to fuselage. Upon partial deployment, they move on to become the dual hulls of a catamaran, where the body is shifted to float above the water. Upon complete deployment, the boat drops on the water's surface and transforms into the third hull of the configuration by trimaran. By virtue of the two fold-out sections located on the nose of the body, the Cormoran can transform into a swimming platform. The materials used include carbon fiber, stainless steel, and titanium. The interior has been lined with leather. The deck and hull surfaces make use of a black-jointed teak. The lighting system helps with the right navigation. Number 4. Aeromobile. Lodged with the extremely apt tagline, "The future is coming," the Aeromobile is a roadable aircraft that was first designed and flown in the year 2013, after spending almost 2 decades in development. The latest model of the Aeromobile has folding wings with a wingspan of about 27 feet when fully extended, and fins around the wheels that allow it to be converted from an automobile into an aircraft. Based on a powerful 300 horsepower gasoline engine, similar to that of a Subaru, the first edition of the Aeromobile will consist of no more than 500 vehicles, with the first 25 of them planned as Founders Edition models. Number 3. ED-209 car. The Enforcement Droid Series 209 is one of RoboCop's design and effects highlights, brought into being under the guiding hand of stop-motion animator Phil Tippett. Paul Verhoeven made it immediately clear that he didn't want anything on ED-209 to look cute. He wanted something really hard and mean. Verhoeven had a really severe vision in mind for this thing, a product of modern American design. They'd design it to look neat, and then they'd worry about making it work. In other words, these futuristic designers would pay a lot of attention to the cosmetics of it in an attempt to market the thing on looks alone, just like an American car. The team took a lot of the current design trends into account and mixed them all together, adding things like oil coolers, radiators, and heat exchangers, all of which are on the ED-209 robot if you know where to look. The question of eyes came up, but it was quickly decided that it was best to avoid them to show less emotion. Number 2. Wild Fennec Defender. Wild Fennec introduces a new type of all-terrain vehicle, combining a real Land Rover 4x4 and its all-terrain capabilities with true comfort during the evenings, including a hot shower and washroom inside. The Wild Fennec Land Rover Defender can transform from the quintessential off-road vehicle into a living environment in just 43 seconds, providing the extra important necessities that otherwise cannot be found in remote locations. You can clearly see the Wild Fennec Land Rover Defender convert itself into a portable living space in its released videos. Number 1. Boer 3X. Travel trailers have evolved a lot over the decades, but they're still big and often bulky, especially if you want one with space. But Boer doesn't think things have to be this way. The French company's 3X model is an ultra-compact caravan that can expand to triple its size. That means that the trailer is small enough to pull behind a mid-size crossover, but more than roomy enough to comfortably sleep 4 to 6 adults when fully expanded. First things first, the 3X is far from the best-looking caravan out there. On Airstream, this is not. It looks a bit like a can of tuna resting on a set of wheels. But what it lacks in aesthetics, the trailer more than makes up for in convenience and utility. You'd be forgiven for thinking the 3X has room for perhaps 2 at best, but hit a button and 60 seconds later, you have yourself a 129 square foot trailer.